Hi everyone, warm welcome. So it's good to be here today and good to have you all here. So just take a moment to arrive and just settle in. And so today's session is a little different. We are not just, doing a meditation to calm ourselves. Uh, it's something that I've been feeling myself. Uh, it's something like I said, it's reconnecting with part of ourselves that sometimes we just, step away from that sense of desireness, wanting something. And I've felt this in my own life recently, and it was showing up for me, so I thought I would share it here. And, maybe some of you would resonate. You might see it in different ways in your own life, or, you know, just see how it is just with an open, curious mind. And so I'll start with, this example from my life. Very recently, I noticed that, the house that I've been living in, we have a large outdoor swimming pool, which has not been functional for about 7 years. So, so there was this thought of like, I don't really need it. We're fine. It's not a big deal. And like, I even tell myself, I should be grateful for what I have. The house is so nice, and really be happy with what we have. And honestly, all of that is true. So, but just wanting it, felt like I was being greedy in a way, and it wasn't necessary. And so it's been like 7 summers, you know, and now summer's coming. I had a friend recently ask me, so when are you going to fix that pool so the kids can play? And so I was just sitting with that, like, do I really even want that? And it's, and it struck something in me that because I realized that I didn't even have a clear answer of that I really want it, you know? And I saw that I wasn't even allowing myself to, clearly want it. It's, sometimes we want a beautiful outdoor backyard or, this space where, there's plants and flowers, and sometimes you can sit there in the summer. But and it's something I wanted, but I was just minimizing it. I was not allowing myself to really want it. And and it's like something we feel like, why ask for it? That kind of feel. So and and it wasn't like that this feeling was not there before. It's just that more recently I've noticed it and allowed myself to clearly feel it. That yeah, I would like a good backyard space, right? And sometimes we can think that okay, this is conditioning, and society or culture teaches us to want these things. And that's true because there's in the summer there's images of everybody with beautiful backyards and manicured spaces and pools and everything. And so it is what it is. It's not we are saying that, oh, I was, where this desire is coming from. So it's not like I'm questioning or saying that's not true. It's possibly definitely coming from that from our environment. But it's also valuable to notice that it's not that the desire is not there, you know. And while we may have learned to step away from it, there is, value in noticing and feeling what it is that we're feeling. So, and it's doesn't have to be, in your case, doesn't have to be about a backyard or, a pool or, wanting a bigger house. It can be something as simple as, I really had this wish to visit some place, it's something calls to me, but I tell myself that no, so I don't really need a vacation, we're fine. And we don't plan, we don't make it happen. And so that's possible sometimes. Also, sometimes it could be in our relationships, where we accept people for who they are, we accept a relationship for the way it is. And then we stop even naming that there's something more that I could have wanted. Uh, like for example, we honestly believe that our parents did the very best, and we really love them, we accept them. And yet there is value in naming that some need in me was probably not met, right? There was something in me. So just being in touch with that, and that just allows us to then say, okay, this need, how can I then, meet my inner child? What is it that I can now give myself, right? And it's not really being disloyal to our parents or to, to that relationship. It's just allowing space for both, just having, you know, and honestly, I, feel that there is definite value in accepting, allowing whatever whatever there is. And like I said, I'm noticing this, that sometimes we push away certain parts of ourselves. So can we just notice that? And that was why I wanted to share this, and it might resonate with some of you. So so like there's this Zen teaching that after awakening, we still chop wood and carry water, right? So we do all the everyday, ordinary, mundane things after, after we are awakened, we are, you know, in that state. And so sometimes what happens is, and that acceptance is important, right? But sometimes along the way, we can, in service of, just enjoying the mundane and everyday, we sometimes turn away from something that gives us pleasure, that feels very exciting, that gives us a sense of aliveness, right? So what I notice is that feeling or being present doesn't mean that we shouldn't want anything more, right? There's just room to allow for that. And not, of course, with a sense of clinging to it, like, how do I now get it? How do I make it happen? So we're not leaning into that. We're just leaning into noticing where some of that kind of has we've it can be small things that we've learned to live with, and we want it, but we're not even allowing ourselves to name it. So I just wanted to bring that in today. So being in touch with what feels most alive or most joyful, what gives us that sense of, I need to do this, that a sense of purpose, if you will. So, like I said, it's not to chase, not to cling, and but just to hold our desires with openness, and something that we are willing to really feel. So yeah, if I'd like to now lead us into a meditation for this. And without like shutting it down, we're just gonna get in touch with that and really feel whatever's coming up for us. So if you'd like, you could gently close your eyes or lower your gaze. Let your body just soften and just feel the weight of your body supported by the seat you're in. And notice whatever is here right now, sensations, or notice the breath. Any subtle movements. Just notice anything that you're feeling in your body, any tightness, any pain. and just allowing it to be present, whatever is here. Now, gently bring up to your mind something that you might be wanting. Can be something simple, something small. Doesn't have to be big and overwhelming. Anything that feels alive in you right now. And without going into the story, just noticing how it feels. Does this wanting bring up a sense of warmth or an excitement or a tightness? Notice if there's tightness, if there's a contraction happening when you want it. There's a part in us maybe that's resisting it. Part that says that maybe we should just be content, or maybe that we should be beyond this. Like we say, it's all Maya, and we should be transcending it. We should go beyond it. And gently allow that too, if that's the kind of thought that's coming. Just allowing this energy, this movement of wanting. We're just letting it be here. There's room for you, there's space for you. Just like there's room for the ordinary, there's also room for the exciting. There's space here for this sense of wanting, for wanting this aliveness to be here. And notice that this desire, this wanting is being experienced. And what is aware of it? Is that awareness affected or is it unchanged? And in this desire, we said, where is this coming from? Maybe it's life's desire. Maybe it's, if you like the word, God's desire. God wants this, and it's coming through you. Can we be open to this wanting without clinging, without stickiness to when will it happen, how will it happen? Just stay with it. Stay with it. See what comes up. Does it want to say something to you? Does it have a message? Does wanting it make me greedy? Does it bring up shame, guilt? And we're just resting here. There's there's nothing to do. We're just allowing everything just the way it is. And I'd like to say that following our desire is not selfish. It's not indulgent or greedy. It's just self-expression. It's our deepest connection to source energy. The source energy, which is the one that creates everything. And see if we can listen to what it has to say. Whatever we desire is a teacher. And if we can go deeper into it without guilt, shame, or clinging, it can show us something about our own minds and something it can allow us to embrace life fully. Just as we can say these desires and conditioning is coming from culture, it's we are learning from outside. We've also come to learn from the outside that this act of desiring, wanting, this isn't self righteous. It isn't the right thing, and that we're being greedy. And especially that, we shouldn't ask for more in a world where so many big things are going around in the world. So many bigger problems are there. And then we think it's inherently, you know, linked with being dissatisfied. But see if you can notice that there is space for both, for graciously appreciating, for being grateful, and for having dreams. And then it's through these realizing of these dreams that we have an opportunity to bring something into this world, to serve in some way. And if we minimize, if we kind of deny ourselves, then we are losing touch with something that it's bringing. Desire or something that we are drawn to, something that pulls us, is the language of our dreams. Something that's communicating with us. And it's showing us what it is that we love. And it's connecting us to our path. It's like the soul's whispering or life's whispering to us. Our greater purpose and greater capacity is probably part of these desires. As we notice, acknowledge, and even embrace everything that our desires have to offer to us. Like I said, we meet the resistance gently. If there's anything that comes up, any guilt, any thoughts around who am I to want this, We don't have to do anything, we just have to allow it just as it comes. And the freedom that we seek is not necessarily an absence of desire, it's the ability to feel it, to be present with it, and not cling, and yet at the same time not push away. And gently start to bring your awareness back, noticing the breath, noticing the space, an internal space that you may have been able to create. There's nothing we need to change or to act on right now. We're just we're just simply noticing what's here and perhaps what was waiting to be felt. Whenever you're ready, you can open your eyes. If you like, you can rub your hands, cover your eyes. Yeah, that was just something I wanted to share. And if anybody would like to share something, anything it brought up for you,
Mm. Hi, hi,
I,
Puneet. Hi, yeah. So for me, it was such an amazing practice. Thank you so much for your beautiful, soothing voice. It really, you know, brought me into the present moment, and I got in touch with some of my desire because many of times I just push it back, feeling guilty or feeling greedy, that kind of stuff. But I got into touch with all of the relationship desires and all other desires that been pushing away. So thank you so much. Thank you.
thanks, Alifia. Thanks for sharing. Yeah, it's what was coming up for me. So, like sometimes they say you share what you are yourself trying to learn. So this is probably what I needed as well at this time. Yeah. There's
Yeah, thank you.
definitely, yeah, sorry, go
Thank
for
you,
that,
Puneet.
Sonali.
Sorry, I just spoke in between. Thank you. It was a very lovely session. Your voice was very soothing. And so I think I just went into a trance during the meditation. I don't remember much, but the only message that I got for myself, for my desires, was to be playful and, just to get that lightness, the ease, the playfulness back into the desires rather than pushing it away or. So, yeah, playfulness was the word that just stayed with me. So, thank you so much.
Yeah, that's so beautiful when we kind of make space to listen, you know, our our own inner self has such a, you know, and that's what will stay with you most, right? That what message that came for you from your inner being, that, do it with playfulness. You don't have to necessarily suppress it also,
Yeah,
and then don't necessarily chase it also. Yeah.
true.
Hey Puneet.
Yeah,
Hey everyone. So yeah, this was very beautiful, and I think I agree that like Sonali was saying, it's about being playful than just pushing or pulling, right? Like it's neither about suppressing it nor about chasing it, like with a fixation. And you're right, like if there's nothing and you're trying to not act on what's actually there, then you're just either you feel very stagnant or you're feeling very, it's not a comfortable feeling, right? And I think life wants us to be alive and joyful. And I think we miss that if we kind of we can know that we're not in coherence when we sort of do that. So that's been an in, an inquiry for me as well recently. So that's beautiful. This was very nice practice. Thank you.
Thanks, Nita. Yeah, Shubhra is saying that there is this conflict that's happening and that happens, that we are seeing what's going on in the world, and, you know, life goes on and things we want to achieve. And there's a beautiful way to honor both. Yeah. Sure, Sonali. Thanks for being here.
yeah, Puneet, I wanted to say that, when you say that, acknowledge your desire, but don't cling to it, right? I thought that is very important, how we are processing our desire, not to deny it, to acknowledge it, and uh, yeah, like not clinging is what, uh, you know, uh, was important for me. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. Like it's in every spiritual teaching, right? The Gita says that, don't get uh, stuck on the outcomes, right? That you do your karma and don't get stuck on the outcomes. The in Buddhism there is this strong thing of, how much clinging there is to the wanting and to the, you know, so every tradition has that, but at if you understand it deeply, they're not saying that you stay away from even the wanting, or, just noticing that. So I think there's definite value in noticing, and then uh, being really present to what it is that's coming for each one, because there's something, that you want to do, right, Basavin, that you want to do. I probably have no desire to do that, right? So it's only coming through you. Something's quite unique, right, in that way to each person. Yeah. Thank you all for joining. If anybody else would like to share, or I could close this. All right. Thank you, everyone. I will share the recording and yeah, for anybody else. All right. Thank you. Have a wonderful
Puneet.
evening, wonderful day.
Thank you, Puneet. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bless you.